Hello, I am Rupam Debnath, pursuing my Masters in Zoology from West Bengal State University.
Hello everyone, my name is Kaustav and I'm currently working as a JRF in IIT Kharagpur.
Majumder. I am a registered scholar at the Department of Life Science and Biotechnology, Jadavpur University.
Hello, my name is Agnish Kumar. I have been an intern at the Wildlife Institute of India for the past 6 months.
Hello everyone of another series and another episode with some of my respected teachers and then people I know from different fields, different institutes. Through the research minds, I will be asking some of the questions and they will be answering again. Several things that happen throughout a teacher's life or a student's life during an academic journey or a research, whatever they go through. So that's what I'm focusing on here. Enjoy.
The primary objective of the project is mainly enhancing the yield of algal biomass. Algae has come up as a very lucrative option after the failure of second generation biofuels from sources like Jadavpur, which are non-food based.
First of all, thank you so much Ritupriya for inviting me. My area of interest is cell signaling and toxicology.
And I have been working on the mangroves that are present in the Andaman Islands, and I have been trying to look at the changes in the land use patterns that have happened in the Andamans and their effects on the mangroves and what could be the possible factors which have controlled this land use change.
My area of PhD involves this microbiology, cell biology, to some extent molecular biology, biophysics, environmental biology.
Algae can not only sequestrate carbon dioxide but also has the capability to convert the same into energy-rich lipids or biochemicals of economic importance like DHA, EPA, etc.
I will do my research more specifically about mitochondrial signaling and how it communicates with our cells in broad spectrum.
Recently, I just finished my dissertation thesis, so there is no publication at this point of time. However, I have previously published a work on the aspects of carnivore conservation where I have used the Asiatic lion as the representative species.
My work involves some of the microbes which has been prepared by our patented beverages. Those microbes have the potential to produce the nanoparticles, and there are some other biomaterials that has been prepared from the microbes. Combination of the nanoparticles and the biomaterials.
Now, algae are versatile microbes which can be found all over the place. They can survive in a wide range of conditions. They are pretty much robust in comparison to organisms like bacteria and yeast.
And yes, if there is any possibility, then I will apply my research outcomes in future for sure in the field of oncology.
I wish to look more at the ecosystem services which are provided by the mangroves. Through that, I want to see how the ecosystem services provided by the mangroves would change with the increase in population and the increase in the tourism activities and the tourist footfall that have happened in the Andaman Islands.
Gives us the opportunity to use them for multitude of purposes like bioremediation, biorefineries, biofuel generation, biochemical generation, etc.
We are planning to make a conjugate thing so that it can be used in the element of the human or for the societal benefit.
I think the first part is to do a thorough literature review and to read as many papers as possible, because I think that is the best way to.
Well, the task of growing algae is very mundane. It takes a lot of time in comparison to organisms like bacteria or fungi. The major complications that may arise while growing algae does not come when you are working in laboratory scale.
Publishing my paper into a good journal, that is a journal with a high impact factor, and also presenting my work in other conferences or doing some work with the collaborations.
Which are the questions that you wish to answer through your research, and it is also the best way to figure out methodology.
The complications arise when you transfer the same technology from the laboratory scale to large scale industrial scale or pilot scale projects. Algae require significant amount of light because they are phototrophic in nature. Their primary habitat is aquatic in nature, so that means that we also have to provide them with a lot of water. You consider the amount of energy that we are putting inside growing of algae, very absurd, and the idea of generating energy while investing more energy in it is even more absurd.
As per we have planned, we are already achieving some success and we are planning to publish our paper in a good journal.
Famous people and authors of these research papers have used, which you could employ in your study.
A significant amount of research is being going on for quite a long period of time all over the world. Right now, for the project that we are working in, because I'm working in a team of 5, collaborated with a very well-known government ESU to whom we have to transfer the technology. Once it is successful, like fingers crossed, if they are successful, they will utilize this technology to grow a significant amount of algae which can be used for production of biofuel.
Get your head clear about things regarding what you want and where the gaps are in research. And
due to this lockdown situation, the things are getting very much delayed.
Further downstream processing of algae will depend on what they want. If they want biofuels, they can use transesterification. If they want high octane biofuel, they might go for thermal liquefaction or pyrolysis, and if they want biochemicals, then that's a different process altogether. But the primary thing is we need a lot of algae, and that's a challenge when you are thinking about growing it in an industrial scale.
In this PhD life is maintaining a balance between my professional and personal life.
Controlling for data manipulation. Once you are investing a lot of time in a certain experiment, and when the results of the experiment do not come close to your expectations, there are times that you just might feel that it will be easier to just manipulate the data, but that's the wrong thing to do, and try to overcome that.
In this pandemic situation is a proper guidance and a proper chance to get it into it.
well, research is a challenging field. It sounds lucrative, it sounds appealing as well, but ground reality is it's a lot of hard work. You get into the lab and then you just don't find the time to get out of the lab, and you 12 hours at work and you keep on working.
Well, previously when I joined my PhD, I seriously had a problem in managing time.
The ability to question things, even if it's very simple thing, questioning gives you a lot of idea. You can ask people about the simple things and they will not tell you because they don't know about it.
Funding problem is the biggest challenge for us.
I faced during my work was COVID-19 because it really hampered many of my plans during work. But
Or I seriously had a problem on concentrating my things. But as soon as the things went on, the year passed by, I realized to balance between the two.
And that's how research actually progresses. We are doing research. People have already searched for something. We are taking the same ideas and we are again searching for new things.
Always be curious and never give up.
every now and then you come across a challenge where you don't know how to move forward, how to figure out.
Be skeptical of what information are available to you online. There are numerous papers which claim numerous things, but once you try to do them in lab, make the data or reproduce the data, but don't be too much skeptical because then everything becomes a drag.
And I think the key during that is to hang in there and just keep doing the things that you were doing and read more.
As a researcher, being proud in what you do sounds a bit hypocritic. Let's be honest here, I'm not very proud of any of my work that I have done so far because none of it is actually path-breaking and which can bring immediate transformation in the human society.
Right now I remember one is getting award for good presentation at a conference.
For the recent one, I was so much curious about a tree, so I brought it from Monisha's house.
Perhaps the only solace that I have is that I am contributing to the collective knowledge of the mankind.
Another, while I am teaching my student, it makes me proud. Till date, I have taught almost 50 students. It's making me feel very proud. Though teaching is not my profession, I prefer to call myself as a scholar. But still, it makes me feel happy.
The tree is Sclerodendron. It shows a very interesting plant and interaction. Sometimes it may mutualism, and most of the time it doesn't show any mutualistic behavior. I found it that my curiosity was right,
And I hope in future there will be some researcher who, with enough brains and enough guts, take these informations, use this data and take the work forward, which will definitely help in the society in terms of energy crisis and as well as the environment, because green fuel, biofuel or whatever we are talking about. From my perspective, I do not have different goals because they are intertwined. I like doing research, I like questioning things. That's what I'm doing. It's not because I am a very studious person or something that I got a chance in IIT.
I think with time you learn how to balance both of them. You keep time for both of them.
But because I wanted to follow what my heart said, that I want to do research in algae, I got a project in algae, and that I did not actually think that I have to apply to IIT and all those things. I specifically wanted to work on algae.
You study a lot, but then you also keep it in mind that you have to go out with your hostel friends at the weekend.
I got a chance, and my idea of setting goals and achieving them might not be true for all of you.
So I think that's something that comes with experience. The first 6 months you'll probably be muddling things up with people that you are friends with, people you're in a relationship with or whatever or whatnot.
How you approach, like, do you like doing research? Then what do you expect when you're doing research? You expect some papers, some recognition, PhD. I cannot separate because I want to do PhD, I want to make papers, I don't want some recognition, but I want to do some actually solid work.
But after 6 months, I believe that you start to get a hang of things and you go about it pretty well.
I'm simply building goals and I'm not distinguishing between professional and personal goals like that.
See, currently we all are going through a very bad situation. We know this corona effect has become increasing day by day. But only hope or only positive thing we can have right now is that the discovery of the vaccine.
Only by being passionate about their work, being curious about their work.
Situations will be tough, and I think it's the simple thing is to keep doing what you're doing.
I would like to make an honest confession to you guys. Research life is not all rosy and peachy and beautiful. It's very unrewarding. It's very depressing and it's very frustrating. Field experiments, you will have different lab politics going on, and while you are continuing your research, you will find out that there are a lot of bureaucratic red tapes.
But due to this COVID also, I have seen many of my friends, talked to many of my relatives. I have seen them developing some type of disorders, particularly the feeling of depression. The only way that can be turned into a positive thing, I think, just to interact with people.
Think about a lot of things, not think about consequences, but just keep at it, keep doing it. Keep doing the things that you were doing.
Mentors are very helpful and you get things done, while most of the mentors in India have some kind of personal grudge against the research fellows, so I'm not sure about that. You have to enjoy the process of doing research. Like, once you're addicted to the feeling getting right results, if you have conducted a 2-week-long experiment and at the end of the experiment you find a result which is directing you to a new avenue,
And they have to love their work from the bottom of their heart. By doing this, they can believe in themselves, and that will help them for their work, for themselves also.
that gives a certain kind of high that you cannot imitate. Like, you can drink alcohol, you can smoke weed, you can do anything, but that high is what gets researchers going. There have been so many great people whose qualities have been questioned, but because they were confident.
And I think at the end of the day, some or the other, you will find some light. at the end of the tunnel.
In their approach, they like doing what they did and they got the taste of victory once or taste of right result once. They started doing it because of their unyielding patience and patience.
Understand the difference between necessity and luxury.
To talk freely with the one whom you can and to involve yourself in the work which makes you feel happy.
Would like people to make more educated opinions when they speak on environmental issues.
Focus on your work. The best way to forget about your work, focus on your work. Try to be ethical. There are a lot of things which are ethical in research lab.
Uprooting the weeds from our garden is a necessity, but uprooting the big plants from the forest to build some human properties and other things, it's a luxury. We don't need that.
Like for example, I like to read books. It makes me feel happy. I like to interact with people. It makes me feel happy. So I am also advising you people to just follow this thing that would or do your heart or
because you see something, some people speaking a lot from hearsay, from popular articles, from making their minds from opinions on Facebook, and they're very unscientific in fact.
But try to make your operations, your processes as much ethical as possible. Also do not fall for fake news, fake information.
So I think necessity and luxury, the difference between them, the necessity and luxury, will help us a lot for our better future, for our better society and our better environment also.
Listen to yourself what you actually wanted to do, because during this time of lockdown, sitting in your home for almost a day will definitely makes you feel unhappy. But still you can rejuvenate or you can enhance your mood by cooking or having good foods, listening to good music, movies or reading storybooks and all these things.
So I would want people to read more and then formulate their opinions and then make their point across the board.
You guys have already proved it that you are going to be the next generation of researchers. So I don't think a person of my caliber should be even telling you guys that how to work for the betterment of the society. That's completely on you. You have to do it if you want to do it. That's
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being on my show. Thank you so much. I'm blessed, and yeah, stay tuned for the next episodes, for some of my next episodes that will be coming soon, I guess, but there will be many more projects, so yay.